No!
Ring! I want that title on my goddamn shoulder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Schmoedown reaction right here on Dedicated to Art. I am, as usual, your host, Schmoedown, joined by full panel, just like our last reaction, Chris Doman, Nico Rigoli, and Irina Muha to watch the match between Stacy Howard, who has now joined Corruption, and Jeannine the Machine, who I'm not sure what faction there are. Like, are there still Viper Squad? I don't know, but there's one thing. Stacy was once in the Viper Squad with Jeannine, and then something happened. So this is a personal match. And actually, they have faced each other before in a triple threat match, and they both lost that one against Andreyko. But both of these are pretty good competitors, I'd say. So let's start with you, Irina. Who you got in this match?
We were talking about this before. The thing is, both of them are almost on the same level in my eyes, and I'm not against any of them winning. I mean, I don't care who wins, because Stacy is in Corruption. Yay, Corruption! Shut up, Nico. And Jeannine was actually pretty amazing in the free-for-all.
Oh yeah,
she really surprised me. I was like, she was hitting answers no one else knew. So I do have to say that Jeannine is probably gonna win. But I think it's going to be entertaining, and yay for rom-coms, because there's definitely going to be some rom-coms.
I assume so. Nico, what are your thoughts in this match?
You guys know I've been on Jeannine's bandwagon since day one. I've made it pretty obvious. But her skills back up the fact that I've been on her bandwagon that long. I mean, she had a brain fart in that triple threat, but she was very close to winning and getting that number one contenders match.
Yes.
Then at the season beginner, she went back and forth for 3 rounds straight with Chance. Oof. And again, just one brain fart away, but she was so close to winning. And it was a high-scoring match and a match of the year candidate, which is a big praise considering it was the first match of the season. And then in the free-for-all, she was in the Final Four. And who were the other 3 in that Final Four? JTE, Dan Murrell, who won the thing, and William Bibiani, the MVP, all of whom performed greatly throughout the match, and Jeannine held her own with them for multiple rounds straight. Stacy Howard, on the other hand, she can't really say the same in regards to the free-for-all. She, I believe, was out within 1 round. That said, I will give her the benefit of the doubt. She has also had some pretty great performances. She beat Makuga in an upset. She beat Mark Ellis in an upset. Oof. And she carried her team pretty close to at least getting close to beating the Founding Fathers during the Anarchy tournament, because Winston Marshall was just having a bad night that night. But I feel like momentum is on Jeannine's side right now, and that momentum is going to continue onto a title of some kind this season.
All right, Chris, your thoughts?
So I'm replaying everybody's, every match that both these women were in my head real fast. And Jeannine, when you take a look at her record, she beats Bonnie Somerville in sudden death. And, that was a fine match, not necessarily the greatest. Then she beats Emma Fyfe via TKO. And, again, Emma is much better in the Inner Geekdom ring than she is in the regular trivia ring. I think that goes without saying. And she's still a fair player regardless. So she goes 2-0. Then she has that number one contenders match, and she brain farts and then misses the win along with Stacy. Stacy, on the other hand, I'm blanking on who her debut match was with, but
Jonathan from.
Oh, it's right. Yep. Yeah, Jonathan Voitko, and she smokes him. Yeah. Then she goes up against Ellis. Beats him, surprisingly enough.
In an upset.
And then she gets obliterated by Rachel.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to think, because then she beats RB3. She beats Makuga. And the last time she had a big loss was against Dan Murrell. So
which, fair.
Fair enough. And I don't know. It's just because, okay, officially speaking, I'm going Jeannine. But I'm not going to be surprised if Stacy can pull out her guessing game to the max on this match.
That's fair. And the thing is, as you say, like, I do think Stacy has definitely had more impressive opponents in her singles career than Jeannine has so far. However, Jeannine has proven herself so far. So it's really difficult to say how they would go against each other in a match. So I'm kind of impartial. I don't mind either one winning. I think either one will deserve that win. It really just depends if they have a good spin in round 2, because I know they can both put up points in round 1. Because we've seen Stacy get a bad spin and then she doesn't answer any questions and then all the steals go to her opponent. Or she gets a good spin and she knocks it out of the park. So it really just, I think, depends on round 2 in that case, because both of these ladies are knowledgeable overall but have their weaknesses. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think we should just start this video. So press play in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh.
Stacy, hey.
Ooh.
Why did you leave? Especially for white bread. I mean, we were always making fun
I
of that
love
guy
the white
backstage.
bread comment.
We were family. You were like my big sister in this league. We were always cheering each other on. What went wrong?
Oh my god, this is like an X blowing up my phone. Listen, I know what's really going on here, and you're scared.
No, that's not it. I just want you to come back to our family, please.
You're scared.
That's not the name of your affection.
Listen, that's not it. I think you seem to be forgetting who was out first in that triple threat match. So if this is how it has to be, if this is what you want, corruption.
Whoa. Listen. Whoa. You said you could handle all this? You could be easy with this?
She's too far gone.
No.
She's too far gone.
What are you doing? You are at this point like you are gone.
I think
so
we're just
far
wasting our time, Jay.
Jay, baby, Jay.
Yeah, I know. But why are we
Hey, what's going on here, BT?
Oh,
I
no.
can't get rid of you people. What the heck? We have things to do. We're busy. Look,
Oh,
you had
Grace.
your chance with
Phrasing.
Stacy. You blew
Phrasing.
it. You gotta move on. Although I do love this mopey look on you guys. It's real cute. We have things to do.
Is the Partridge Family having a reunion? Why is she here? Listen, this is... You know what? All seriousness, at this point, beat her ass.
Let's do it.
Please. Somebody check the...
Jeannine's got the Black Widow gear.
Nice.
Corruption has the standard leather jacket motorcycle look.
So I say, corruption is basically turning into a like a biker gang, aren't they?
They need their own patch on the back of all their jackets.
Yes.
Also, chairman and commission.
Touche.
Not the commission of the singles division, though.
Oh, it is certainly a grudge match. It is former teammates, former family. They were super friends here, Jeannine and Stacy, for a very long time, part of the Viper squad. It was Stacy.
You are my
almost like the
sister,
big sister
Jeannine.
to Jeannine. And yes, like you said, it is a grudge match because after New York, Jeannine the Machine, by the way, the crowd was with her and really excited for her to be there.
Stacy,
They had this whole attitude.
you're breaking my heart.
Washington, right? They come
You're
back
going down a path I
thinking,
can't follow.
coming back to a Stacey Howard.
I have the high ground.
Because of Irwin.
Yeah, it's very surprising.
Because of what
because
you've
Jeannine
done.
played
What you
so
plan to
great
do.
in New York. So
All right,
I
I'm
would have
done.
thought
I'm
for
done.
sure that they would have returned, and Stacy would have been welcoming them with open
Okay,
arms,
that
excited
then
to
the
be
next
able
line
to
doesn't
team
fit
up
anymore.
with
No,
Jeannine
sadly.
again and go at it, but not the case.
No, there's not the case. What seems to have happen is that there was somebody talking to Stacy. Some would say maybe inside of her head. for a long
Grace.
time, and it turned
Grace.
out to be someone you're very
That
familiar with, and that's
bitch!
Grace Hancock.
No.
Certainly have a history with
Yes.
Grace.
Grace Hancock has
No.
said that she has
No.
seen the greatness in Stacy, that Jeannine
Shouldn't have
What?
told you that.
No.
had been ignoring that, and now Stacy had joined Corruption. Now, a lot of people I have to ask you before we
She
show.
is Scar from the Lion King, and eventually hyenas will eat her alive.
Grace saying things that she had done for Roxy, things that
I'm
she
okay
was
with that.
trying to do with her zippers. She's moving, manipulating. Can you confirm or deny?
I
any
mean,
of
she
this?
is,
Here's
you
the
know,
thing
she
is,
was the
listen,
lioness of
I've
the
heard
Lions
a lot of
Den, so.
people taking issue with some of Grace's
Oh, she's
behavior,
Sarabi.
and I'm not saying that I don't don't believe it. I personally haven't witnessed anything for myself that is breaking any rules.
Right.
From my perspective.
But you're not saying she didn't. You just
I'm
don't.
not saying she didn't. I'm just saying that I haven't seen her do it.
Right.
And as far as I can see, she is just managing her team. She is looking out for the best interests of her faction, and that's
Talk about
something
corruption
that somebody
spreading
who
through the
formerly
system.
was a manager of a faction, I have to respect.
Well, you bring that
exactly
up,
how
and
it
I thought of
happened.
as this is going on. Can you imagine if this was Rachel Cushing versus Clark Wolf right now, and how your heart would be breaking?
Ooh.
You're so
Ooh.
Imagine
Oh.
how Jay Washington feels right now as he sees Jeannine
I don't ever want to see
Stacy
that
Alvarez
match
do
because I don't
battle.
want to know who I
It's
would
gonna
root
be-
for.
There was a lot of words said, and we're going to show you right now.
Not unless there's a title on the line, and they absolutely have to.
Stace, listen, I am so glad to see you. Because we already got Ethan and Jeannine together. I
Yeah,
got
Jay's
something
working on
else.
finding you right there. You know what, Jay? I know your game. Congratulations to your success in New York, to the both of you. Where was I in that picture? I'm the most underrated player in this game, okay?
I know,
I've
I
been
agree.
putting my work in for years. And what have you given me? What belts do I have? You know what? I don't need you guys anymore. I have a new family. I found a place.
We can't actually hear the corruption music that was playing off her phone in that one little clip.
Copyrighted.
We're at a point I really didn't want us to be at. Now it's you versus Stacy, and this isn't upsetting, it hurts. Stacy was my friend. Her and Brienne brought me into this. Brienne leaves, she's gone from the league. She goes with Mike first, and then Stacy
nothing happened
follows
with
suit,
that.
but not in the same manner. I'm
Still
hurt.
surprising.
You're furious. This is just
Oh
weird.
wow, there.
Let me tell you a little something
I
about
forgot
me.
about
Just
Brienne
because
going
this
to
isn't a face that you've always
Kalinowski.
seen
Like,
doesn't mean that I haven't been
Oh,
behind
yeah,
the scenes
girl.
handling things here. I've been scouting this girl for a very long time, and those bozos are sweating and freaking out for very good reason, because Stacy
Music
is
has
a
something of
champion.
a
You see, I don't
horror
know
element
what
to it. I kind of
they
like it.
put in
It
your
does.
skull. I get you got the red.
Someone's getting
connection
slashed.
with Grace, but I don't believe that's her real hair color. And Ken, he's just there because it looks good for an older man to have two beautiful younger women with him.
What we offered Stacy when we said, come on over to corruption, and Grace was calling me, she was saying, this is someone we have to pull in. What we offered is a difference and the edge. All you have to do is go out there, Stacy, and take what is yours.
Janine, you got a job to do, baby.
Your destiny.
It's up to you. This
So
is in
the
your
Knights
ball.
of
This is a ball
Ken
in
is
your court
officially
now.
no longer a
You gotta
thing,
beat
right?
her ass, basically,
No,
because
no.
this gotta shut
Never
her
really
down.
lost, to
You
be
know,
fair.
Jeannine, you said that
Fair.
we were friends, that we're family. You know what? Friends and family, they don't leave their family members behind, okay? They look after their
But
own.
you
They take
left
care of
them
each
behind.
other.
Yeah, I tried talking to her. I tried appealing to her sympathies as a redhead, but none of it worked. She's too far gone.
So here's what's gonna go down today, okay? Jeannine, you're gonna come out and you're gonna try your hardest, okay? And your hardest isn't gonna be enough. It's my day.
Look, Stacy, I tried. I really did. But
But there's no
it's all
try.
business now. It's us versus corruption. I need a win, and if it has to be you, that's just how it has to be. So, let's do this.
Well, Stacy, corruption, all the rest of y'all, it's pretty much only two things you can do about it. That's nothing, and deal with it. Damn it, this hurts.
You know what would have been great? If, like, right if he was about to say nothing and deal with it, Ethan just suddenly
wait.
runs in again.
oh yes, yes, he's like the Kool-Aid man, just popping out of nowhere. But instead of oh yeah, it's just damn it. Please make that happen. Make that a recurring
Look,
thing.
shots are fired. If you see the clips leading up to this, how we got here, it was heartbreaking to see when they were all together. They had that triple threat match that they both competed in the first time they ever competed against each other. Jeannine had the better of the round. Mark Andreyko actually wound up winning that whole thing, but Jeannine knocked out Stacy. So there is some revenge here to be had, and it's heating up, Emma.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I mean, you're talking about two players who've always come in with a very
that's
strong
the
personality
single
and point of view, and
Yeah,
it'll
Jonathan
be interesting to
versus
see
JTE
them come to blows
this
today,
Monday.
especially now that they are, again, not working together to elevate
Will
one another.
we
but
get
trying to
another
tear each
Jew
other
Bear
down.
answer?
Well, here we go. Here's some notable
Boy, oh my
accomplishments for
God.
our competitors. Jeannine the Machine, she was a Rookie of the Year nominee. She
I was
part
on
of
the
first
plane. I
New
could
York
barely hold
Live
it
event,
together.
and she also has been in the big triple threat match during Collider Collision. Stacey Howard also part of that big Collider Collision match. She was a quarterfinalist and beat Baby Carrots, the former winner, and she is also known for her extraordinary entrances. They both are. They are both known for extraordinary entrances. So with that being said, Emma, you ready to get going?
Well, I think we should, yeah.
Probably
I think we're ready
Stacy.
to rock and
Probably
roll.
Stacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia
Schmoedown. Yeah! Wow!
Introducing first. Led to the ring by her manager,
Ew.
the Urban Gladiator,
Iggy Azalea.
Your reaction.
Doug,
With
yeah.
a record of 2 and 3, 1 knockout, Jeannine the Machine.
It's not Iggy Azalea.
I heard lots of yelling.
Oh, it's Iggy and someone.
Rita Ora.
There we go.
Black Widow, baby.
I heard you.
Pew, pew, pew.
It's a picture.
Jeannine and Stacy. Oh man, look at that.
Oh.
The way they were.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh my heart.
The
Oh.
gauntlet has been thrown down in the form
By
of
the way,
a
it's interesting
photograph
how most of you
commemorating
guys
the
think
love that
Jeannine
used
will
to
win,
exist
but
between these
she's
two
the
competitors.
underdog.
To be fair, they
And she
tried.
actually
They
has a
tried to get her
negative
back,
record.
and they said Stacy
2 and
just
3.
wasn't having it.
And
Yeah.
Stacy's like 4
And
and 2.
her opponent.
4 and 3.
But who's had the better performances as of late?
Corruption. She is the
I'm officially wearing these for the rest of the reaction.
contender
No.
with a record
No. No. No.
of 4
No.
wins,
No.
3 defeats,
No.
and
Are you
1
mad
knockout.
that she didn't come out to dishy
I was
pasta
just mad
pasta?
about the music, period.
Reese Hancock and the Pit Boss Ken Knapsack. She is sassy. She is Stacy.
This movie is so overrated.
Is this the greatest showman?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it, and I don't want to.
Look at Grace and Emma. Look at Grace and Emma. That look on the bed, Ken.
I just know that the Oscar-nominated song was bullshit, so I don't want to see the rest of it.
Yeah.
Because if that was the
maybe
best part of the
there's
movie,
there's some kinship between redheads. That's what I'm sensing with Stacy and Grace anyway.
Thus far, so far.
I mean, let's be
Corruption
fair,
haven't
redheads
won
are the
the year. Obviously,
craziest.
They lost their bid with the Inner Geekdom Championship, but they won
what
their
they
match.
say,
Are they though?
that's what they say.
The teams match, but
Mm-hmm.
now the
I
singles
think
match.
it's
See, you're crazy.
The grudge match is about to get underway, and round number 1 is going to work like this. The competitors will have 8 questions. 8 questions. Worth
Round
1 point
1,
apiece,
Nico will
15
apparently
seconds
freak
to
out if he
answer
gets more
each
than
question.
me.
Don't forget about your
And we're
3
buying me a
JTE
whiteboard this
rules as well.
Oh, yeah,
as
we
the
should do that.
challenges. And with that, we ask Stacy Howard, are you ready?
Ready.
The Machine, are you ready?
Let's do this.
Then let's
Ooh,
get
boy.
ready to
Man,
Schmoedown.
Jeannine, you are taking after me. I kind of like it.
Okay, here we go. All right, first one is from Action Adventure. Action Adventure. Which film in the Indiana Jones franchise involves a secret location called the Well of Souls?
Oh.
Oh crap! No.
I like those Indiana Jones
That's not right.
movies. It's,
I love
most of them
them
are pretty
too.
good. We like to forget the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull existed. We
What
just
movie?
kind of sweep that one. Exactly.
Never heard of it.
Precisely.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Stacy.
Temple of Doom.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Correct. Jeannine?
Damn it.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I said Raiders, but I couldn't
Raiders of the
see
Lost
it.
Ark. All right.
Swing and a miss.
I'm not
for
gonna
the
count it.
I was about to change it to Raiders of the
No,
Lost Ark,
yeah,
and I
no,
stuck
you,
with my
you
gut.
can count it because
Category
with a
of
repeat you
family
would have gotten
films.
it.
Okay. Oh,
In the
thank you.
Goonies, what is the
Nope.
name of the Fratelli brother that Chuck befriends?
I really just should,
That is a good
rewatch
one. I
The
wanna
Goonies
just
one
encapsulate what
time.
it meant to be a kid
Whenever
in
I
the
have
80s.
time.
I feel like Goonies is maybe
5.
you'll be disappointed in your own childhood.
4, 3.
Oh, repeat the question.
All right, first one.
In the Goonies, what is the name of the Fratelli brother that Chunk befriends?
I'm not sure about this.
If How I Met Your Mother quote helps me, I'll be.
1 pens down.
Bill?
And
Sloth.
Stacy.
Oh, I think I
I
misheard
said
it.
sloth. It's from How I Met Your Mother.
Yay!
Sloth
That
is
is
correct.
correct.
Sloth is correct. Okay. All right. So here's your next one. Next one is dramas. Who played Sonny Wartzik in the 1975 drama Dog Day Afternoon?
Why he
Yeah,
didn't win the Oscar for this, I will
No,
never
I actually
know.
haven't seen Dog Day Afternoon.
I don't think
I have
I'm
seen
going to
Dogs
do better
all
than
day in
Case
the
this
afternoon.
time around.
That's good.
Or
3,
me.
2, 1. Jeannine.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Al
Yes, it is.
Pacino.
Stacy.
Al Pacino.
Okay.
All right.
2-1. Next question.
Question number 4 in the category of animated. In Disney's Dumbo, what is the name of Dumbo's mouse friend?
Okay, I'm sorry, but this is a really tough question.
Doesn't do jack crap.
Really? That's disappointing. 'Cause,
Shoot.
I mean, Disney is known for their friendly mice, so it's really
5.
just taken away.
Maybe Burton isn't. 4,
I don't know.
3,
I don't remember.
2, 1.
Is
and
it Timothy?
Timothy J.
Didn't have it,
Mouse.
Stacy.
I said Gus.
That is
Well
from
done, Nico.
Cinderella. We were
Yeah.
looking for Timothy. Timothy Q. Mouse.
I like how Emma was like, I know
Cute.
that one. I'm gonna tell you
Still.
what Gus's name is.
Yeah, shut up.
I know my Cinderella.
She was gonna add dummies, but we cut it out. All right, here we go. Start with fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Here we go. Fantasy sci-fi. What was the name of the second film in the Matrix trilogy?
That was the first movie that I saw legally that was rated R
I
when
thought
I
you were
turned
gonna say
17.
walked out of.
That I walked out. Maybe I
5,
should have done that.
4, 3,
Should
2,
know.
1. Pens down, Stacy.
Reloaded.
Reloaded.
It is.
Correct.
Jeannine.
The Matrix Reloaded.
Okay, Jeannine
Right.
keeps that lead. Up by 1.
Nico?
All right.
Didn't have it. I'm not a fan of the
Category-
Matrix.
Question number
Definitely
6
the
in the
worst one by
category
far.
of
No,
comedies.
Revolutions is the worst.
Name
No.
one of the 2 actors.
All
that
right,
played
Nico.
the sarcastic
We have something in
acapella
common.
competition announcers in the Pitch Perfect trilogy.
Oh.
Either one of them.
One of the two.
Pitch Perfect. Actually, that was quite similar to my college experience.
Was it too?
Yeah, we had acapella was big.
I know you, and
James
I don't
Madison
doubt
University.
it. 5, 4, 3,
Should be
2,
right.
Rita Repulsa herself, Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Banks.
Banks.
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks.
Correct.
Stacy.
Elizabeth Banks.
Correct.
Okay.
Also accepted John Michael Higgins. John Michael Higgins.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody ever remembers him.
Who remembers his name?
90s movies. 90s movies. What 90s teen drama starred Tyrone Turner, Jada Pinkett, Lorenz Tate, and Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh, crap. What? Notorious by chance just talked about this movie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stacy.
Menace to Society.
It's incorrect.
Incorrect.
And Jeannine? Didn't have it. Looking for Menace to Society. Menace to Society. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Menace
thank
to
you, podcasts.
Society.
Stacy.
Roman numeral
Not
2.
your match. Be quiet.
Oh, Stacy yelling at her.
I'm actually kind of happy she
yelling
did
at
that.
Jay Washington told her
Alright.
to keep it shut.
You need to cool it.
Final question in round number 1. Question number 8. And the category is horror/thriller.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me
Directed
then.
Gone Girl.
Oh, yay.
Gone Girl filmed
You
some
always
pickup
say
shots
fuck
on the
no, but
Universal
you
lawn
know
in Bedford.
Thriller.
I know Thriller. I don't know horror.
Well, I was singing my Pitch Perfect song.
5,
You know
before, I
some.
swear, yeah.
4, 3, 2,
My
1.
own, my
Pens
one and
down.
only.
Ben Affleck?
And Jeannine.
David
Oh.
Fincher.
Ben Affleck?
No.
Whoops.
And Stacy.
David Fincher.
That's
That is
correct.
correct.
Jeannine also said Ben Affleck. Nico, look at you.
So now round number 2 begins. We
Those
are
House
tied
Night
at
Fury
4,
people, they
and
always
round
get the
number
directors
2, the competitors
backwards.
are going to spin the wheel. They will spin. They will
No, we
spin
always
the
get our
wheel.
numbers backwards. I'm just the
After
one that's
Ben
bad at
Affleck
directing.
wasn't even nominated for Argo, but his movie still won Best
And if
Picture.
it lands on a
Kind of gave up.
category they do not like, they can spin again, unless, of course, it lands on opponent's
By Night
choice.
was the last
But
one.
there will
Yeah,
be
but that was
4
not-
questions. 4
I
questions
know.
worth 2
It's
points
boring.
apiece.
I
Unless they
haven't
go
seen
to
it.
multiple choice, then it goes down to 1 point. There are steals available in this round. Jeannine has 2 JTEs left, and Stacy
Or
has
4, though.
3. Both have their challenges.
I
Tie
scored
game
more
here.
than
Stacey
that.
Game.
Stacey Howard is the higher ranked, so she can
And of
choose
course,
to
Chris
go
also
first
did.
or second.
Well, because Chris, of course, again, got a
Second,
perfect
Jeannine,
sound,
please spin
as
from the
sound
wheel
one
and out the
always
pegs,
does.
and here we go.
And while we're on the category of the wheel itself and the categories you might spin therein, we do have two
It helps I listen to a
sponsored
lot of movie
Patreon slices
podcasts.
on the wheel today. They are Jim Henson and Crime Movies. We will say the names of those patrons should those slices be spun and kept by our competitors.
What the fuck is up with Jim
Here we go.
Henson?
There's the spin. Jeannine gives it a spin.
I think it's Linus. I'm convinced it's Linus.
I don't know what she's. She has a lot of strength. She's actually a
Oh,
very well-rounded player.
Oh, thank God.
Modern classics.
Classics.
What's she gonna do?
Get the hell away
Wait
from
for
there.
modern classic.
No, modern classics are usually well-known movies.
She might be
So
going for either Julia Roberts or maybe Jim Henson.
I don't know why you're.
We will see what happens.
What it's gonna hit. But it goes.
Oh,
It's going past. Oh,
Oh, please,
look at this. Oh, this might be big.
Yes!
Ah!
Way too happy.
There we go.
I was about to say, you know what, Arena?
The questions here
Arena, just
in the
go.
category of rom-coms. Here we go.
I don't know every.
4 questions. Jeannine, here you go. In Legally Blonde, the resume that Elle gives to Callahan is printed on pink paper.
It's scented.
What else
Yeah.
is it that according
I don't
to
know why I
Fenton-
wasn't
That's
reading
correct.
the question. I was listening to it.
Thank you.
I know this because I know that movie.
Who plays Amy Schumer's sister in the
Brie
film?
Larson.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's correct.
That's
Damn.
In Bridget Jones's Diary,
Yes.
Oh.
Bridget is invited to what she thinks is a costume
A
party.
bunny.
What does
Yes,
she dress
I
up
knew that as
as?
well, by the way.
Playboy Bunny.
Correct. Jeannine wiping it up.
Ba-boom.
And your last question here. Last question here.
True.
Nick Cannon's Love Don't Cost a
Nope.
Thing is a remake of what 80s rom-com?
Can't Buy Me Love.
Correct.
Man.
Woo, boy.
He's the board for romantic comedies. Now, Stacy needs a category that she is going to be strong in, or she can be in serious trouble here. Here is the spin by Stacy as she makes her way.
All right.
What that was
Focus.
Jeannine
No, we
sweet
can't.
when she got it, and you saw
Okay,
why.
I
And then
see Cameron.
Stacy.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. Jeannine took the approach of the light spin. Stacy did the hard spin.
I mean, there's no doubt in anybody's
See,
mind that
it's
Jeannine
that
is
costume.
extremely good at romantic
It's the costume
comedies.
from a
And
terrible
man,
movie
she
that's
got her
screwing
perfect.
you,
So
Stacy.
Stacy
If
is
you went with a better
definitely gonna need
costume from a
strong
better
category
movie,
here.
Jay Washington was screaming for opponent's choice.
We'll see what
Oh,
happens.
wait a
It's
minute.
still like-
Oh, 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 oh.
Comedy.
Comedy.
Again. Spin
I
again.
would.
No, go away from my.
Yeah, I would because I.
Even
couldn't get hard.
oh.
I don't watch
okay,
comedies.
never mind.
I don't really.
Count. You gonna stick with it?
Comedy.
Oh, okay.
Comedies.
Oh, that's not a good.
All right, we're gonna start with
Even no
comedies here.
couldn't
Emma, are you
handle
ready?
it.
I am
And
Guy,
ready to
guy
do
was
this.
guy
All
was very
right.
good with it.
Stacy, first question category of comedies. What classic comedy features the characters Danny Noonan, Ty Webb, and Carl Spackler?
This sounds familiar.
oh
Clueless.
no,
That is incorrect. Jeannine for the steal?
Not a bad guess.
Uh,
Ty is a character in Clueless.
not
All right, looking for
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
yeah.
Holy shit, it was Caddyshack!
Not
All right, next question.
I said it was
Who
wrong. That
plays
was right.
Larry Valentine in I Now Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry.
Kevin James.
yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the two.
Yeah, either Kevin James or Adam Sandler. That movie's
5.
It's Adam Sandler.
Bad.
It is not Adam Sandler. Jeannine?
50-50.
It's a stupid name.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Kevin.
1.
Ugh. Really close, Jeannine. We were looking for Kevin James. Kevin James.
Nice.
I couldn't remember his
Quite get it there,
name
but
the
that's
other
all right.
day.
All right, moving on.
I don't
This
blame
is,
her.
this is
Next
true.
question.
He hasn't been in much lately,
What
has
did
he?
the Wet Bandits change their name to in Home
Sticky
Alone?
Bandits.
Sticky Bandits.
Oh, come on.
Multiple choice.
Is
Stacy.
it A, the Sticky Bandits, B, the Tacky
Wait,
Bandits,
Kevin James stopped
C,
being in the movies
Dirty
because
Bandits,
Adam
or
Sandler
D,
stopped
the
making
Slippery
movies.
Bandits?
For a while.
I just realized why this match is so short. Janine's
5.
gonna KO.
Slippery Bandits.
Incorrect.
The Sticky Bandits.
That is correct.
1 point.
Yeah.
All right.
1 point steal.
If Janine steals this,
All
then
right.
question.
look at this
Final
stuff.
question category of comedy.
Uh-oh.
Who plays Ellie Wagner, who, along with her husband, becomes the
Byrne.
foster parent to
Yep.
3 children in 2018's Instant Family?
I'm on fire today.
Rose Byrne.
That is correct for
Okay, stay alive.
It's weekend. I'm happy. I'm in.
It's the third round, and Jeannine sees herself with a 7-point lead going into the third round. Stacey Howard's going to have a really strong third round here in order to keep this game going.
It's going to be a
But the way
TKO
it
anyway.
works is that the competitors will choose from
Because
1 to
Stacy
20.
does
They'll
need
get
her
3 numbers.
5.
The first one worth 2 points. Second one, 3 points. Third one is 5
Shame.
points. All right, we're going to start with Jeannine, who has the lead here. Jeannine, please pick 3 numbers.
3, 6, and 9.
3, 6, and 9 for Jeannine.
Damn
and
girl,
Stacey.
fine. Suck it
7,
to me
12,
one more time.
16.
Get
7, 12, and 16 for Stacy. Stacy will start here.
What the hell is happening?
7.
He's rapping.
Are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right. Famous actors and actresses. Famous actors and actresses is your 2-pointer. This is your 2-pointer.
Sorry.
Which Ocean 11's actor appeared in
Matt Damon?
the film
Brad
Cool
Pitt.
World?
Right. It's the 90s movie. That's weird. I heard. Yeah.
They should have this place erased. Should be destroyed.
I saw Ocean's
Don
8.
Cheadle?
Brad Pitt.
So did I.
All right, so Stacy needs
There were
to
2
hit
questions
this one.
about
If
it in free
Stacy
for all.
does not
It's
hit
not bad.
this, Jeannine will win via TKO.
Yeah.
Here is
Stacy, no pressure.
We're to number 12 here, Stacy. Family films. Family films. All right, here we go. Family films. Okay. Which character does John Ratzenberg
Ham.
voice
Ham.
in the Toy Story franchise?
I wouldn't know either. I don't blame you. Those movies are not that.
4, 3,
Mr. Pick.
2.
Where are my
You're not a
shoes?
fan of them, but look, John Ratzenberger stands out
Yes.
in Pixar because he's in every single one of them.
No, yeah. As expected.
Yeah,
I thought it would be closer, but
I want to say I was right about my round 2 prediction.
She's fun romantic comedies, but other than that, she was stone-faced the entire time. And man,
Well, she was cracked that smirk. She knew she had it.
That's
She knew
true.
that romantic comedies was a strength, and she hit it, and she finds herself right.
Chris,
back
you
in
want to
those
rap for us
rankings.
a little
She's
bit more?
now- she
For Iggy
stands
now?
at-
No.
She is no. Excuse me. She's now 3-3. She has
Chris, can you at
3
least say that
That's an
the
impressive win over
one
Stacy.
with the
And
not
Stacy
as
and
bad
Corruption,
song
I
won?
have a funny feeling,
Yes.
are not going to be thrilled in that post interview. Stacy didn't even shake Jeannine's hand. She just
And I
storms off
hate
the
Black
field.
Widow
yeah, I mean,
by
corruption is
they're featuring
an
Rita
interesting
Ora.
force. It'll be
it's not a good song.
No.
But then you have the fucking
I'm
Greatest
curious to
Showman.
see what happens in terms of
Which is
their
ironic
attitude
because
towards
I
Stacey
actually
after
do
her
love the
loss
song The
today.
Greatest
Well,
Show
we'll
by
find out
itself, but it's
because
just,
Jen Sturger is
Oh.
back with Jeannine and
you know.
Stacy. Here we go.
I'm gonna
What's up,
listen to
guys? I'm
these
backstage
interviews
with
now.
Corruption and Stacy Howard.
This is
Stacy,
going to be great.
Well,
that was still a really great match. I know that there was a lot of emotions going through your head out there with Jay Washington trying to psych you guys out. Ken,
she has a look.
how are you feeling about your team member here?
They all do.
Well, Jennifer, let me tell you how we're feeling. We're feeling okay. We're feeling fine. Did we want to win? Well, of course. That's the point of the game. But we don't freak out after one loss. We don't believe in flash in the pans. That's for the fans to get hyped about one big win and then it just flitters away. We are not just a flash of gold in a pan. We are the gold mine.
Her eyes say
Sometimes
something
it takes
else
a while
completely.
to dig deep and find
That's
the
true.
gold
Mm.
that is down there.
She
And
does look
Stacy,
sad.
we're going to rebuild. We're going to keep going. We're not done. She knows it. She's still confident. I've never said anything bad about Jeannine. I believe in Jeannine's talent. I don't know if I believe in Jay as much as Jay needs to believe in himself, but it's I'm happy for both of them. Big win. They can celebrate. They can go get
Ouch.
cupcake
That's
and maybe
fire.
a raspberry foster right after. So happy
Can
for
I
both
drunk
of
movie
them
fights again,
trying
please?
so hard today.
Yes.
It paid off, but that's just one.
Stacy, do you regret sticking with comedies? I mean, that's such a broad category.
Yeah,
I feel
you
like
should
if you would've
regret
gotten
that.
romantic comedies, you probably could have run the board just like Jeannine did.
Oh, absolutely. Every single question she got, I knew. Those were softball questions. Mine were very difficult. I didn't know all of them. I didn't know a lot of them. Hell, those were super
Did he
hard.
really
Those
just
were
do a
the
softball
world?
motion?
What the heck is that?
Mhm.
What is that?
Yeah,
Come
he did.
on. But you know what? It's fine, okay? Because I'm going to get another match. I'll win. And then I'm coming back for Jeannine. This isn't over, not by a long shot.
And I mean, we're still obviously left in the dark right now about who your partners
Yeah.
are. I'm sure
This
Grace
would be
has
a good
something
time to reveal
pretty
it to
amazing
save
cooked up
face.
for you. Still not giving me that exclusive? We gave you a mic for a reason.
I'm still not giving you the exclusive, Jen.
Great.
Still doesn't
And I'm
have
back
it.
with Jeannine the Machine. I mean, I think today you
Oh, we
proved
should-
that you
we
can
could
live
get
up
Happy
to your
J.
moniker. Rom-coms.
Are we?
I mean, is there anything you don't
Think
know
we
about
I
are.
that
love how
category?
his shirt has Thanos
I'm good with Thanos.
sunglasses
I
on.
was very happy to get rom-coms. It's my thing, and I've been pretty lucky with the wheel, so this was no different.
And I'm sure being out there, you know, looking across the table at your old teammate, that had to bring up some emotions for you out there.
Maybe yesterday, but today's a new day. It's all business now, so it is what it is.
Jay, how did you prepare her for this match? Because like I said, there has to be, like, there's just that underlying thing, you know, having it be your former teammate sitting across the table from you and talking a lot of smack, let's be clear.
Yeah, it's a little difficult in this situation. Normally,
He's
I
not
go
that
out there.
happy.
There's a certain Jay Washington that hits
They
this
both
curtain
look
that goes out and is with whoever it's whether it's
dialed
me,
down.
even when it was with Stacy, and it's a certain way. But when it's Stacy, somebody you consider a friend, and you realize you have to put all that to the side. And like Jeannine said, it's now business.
Siblings
So I'm
don't
fairly
like
to this. It's
fight.
business, and business was taken care of.
No.
We saw what happened in round
But
2.
they do.
Both of them have the same strength.
Often.
Romantic comedies. Stacy said, "Hey, I'm gonna
I
let
haven't
her go
seen that.
first because she thought she was gonna get steals." Well, you can't
That's the
steal
way.
something in a category somebody knows back and forth, and so that ended up being ultimately her demise.
Absolutely. And let's be clear, you put on a hell of a show in New York against Chance. And so having you play another member of Corruption, does this feel like it's validating you and lifting you back up after New York?
Oh, definitely. I was so ready to take on Corruption for a second time and get that win. I definitely needed a W here, and I made it happen. I had to make it happen.
You know, again, let's go back to the leather jacket boy. You know, that thick ass coat that he wears. That was a fluke, his victory. We all know this because of the question. And now she beat another member of Corruption. That's 2 down. That kind of makes her the Corruption killer. I would say Corruption killer and Crusher, but that's KKK and we're black and we can't do that moniker. That makes her able to take her down. And Stacy did want to challenge Jeannine again.
Okay.
And that's fine. We'll see.
And I thought
Okay.
Grace went over the
We'll climb back
line.
up the ranks.
Again.
You know, you're like the number 12,
Sorry,
12th ranked competitor, or maybe 13th. But you have to work your way back up to this. And I'm sorry, it hurts, and it's the truth.
Actually,
but
both
maybe
at
Grace
500
can
records
school
right
you
now.
and skill you on
This
some
is
things
true.
besides just how to keep red hair red. Or maybe Ken can show you how to hit the ground on one knee and struggle to get back up. Or maybe Chase can show you what Salvation Army to buy a coat from. And Mike can just go cry in the corner when he loses. I mean, things like that happen.
And today, you know, I hope I just showed her that she chose wrong.
The burns.
Sometimes bad decisions, and that bad decision is challenging the machine.
So let's be clear.
By the way, there is a guy
You
named
are
Jay
open to a
Burns.
rematch,
Maybe he
though.
should change his name to that.
Definitely. Anytime.
There was a guy.
But she got to work her way
Yeah,
up.
I faced him.
Well, look, actually, you know, the funny thing is, Corruption very supportive
Yeah.
over Stacy. And
Lord,
Stacy
the burns. Holy
was,
shit.
at this point, silent and really teasing that teammate.
Ow.
Yeah.
Really
Jay may
teasing
not know
that
anything
teammate,
about
who
movie
that teammate's
trivia,
gonna
but he
be,
does
and then
know how
they're
to
kinda
burn
calling out
people.
Jeannine and easing
Damn.
down the line of those teams
I swear,
matching up.
Jay should just
We
call
don't
himself
know
the
who a teammate
arsonist.
is.
We really don't.
You gotta be confident if you're gonna call out Jeannine and Ethan.
I mean,
Are you a
Jeannine and
maniac?
Ethan are
No.
for sure going to be
I
a
don't know.
huge force to be reckoned with. I cannot wait to see them team up and take people
Human
on.
Torch?
I mean, Jeannine in the match today proves that she is one of the strongest up-and-coming competitors that we have in the league, and she's
No,
been
it's
in it
not
for a
Johnny
year now,
Storm.
so
You're right.
she's really got some experience under her belt, and it has done a world of good for her. But I mean, I gotta hand it to
I'm just
Corruption
envisioning
that,
Jay
you
Washington
know,
doing
they
the flame
don't
on
take the
thing,
guessing.
and then he's all of a sudden like,
Maybe get
"Oh
something
shit, I'm on fire!"
The thing is, too, Jay Washington obviously wasn't taking a lot of shots at Corruption, which is good. You know, they took the victory. But what I will say is now Jeannine finds herself right back in the dance because now she is 3-3, and she is this singles division is wide open right now, and Jeannine is now getting back up on those ranks, puts herself in probably close to the top 10 here, and now we're going to see some big matches. Who's she going to play next? You know, there were names that were thrown out there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We will.
All right, well, guys, thank you very much for this
Thank
match
you.
between Jeannine the Machine and Sassy Stacy Howard. Go ahead and comment,
What's happening
go
next?
and join the Facebook group, right? Go to
There seems to be a scene.
Download all these episodes, podcasts.
No, I'm gonna
make
make a
sure
scene.
that you join the Patreon today. You get to talk to Emma. You get to talk to so many different competitors. There's
Is
so
that
many
how I
different
make a
tiers
scene?
out there that are right for you. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/Schmoedown. And don't forget about the live events. We are coming to Chicago. We're going to Houston. We're going all over the place. And all you need to do is go to the schmoedownlive.com. Get your tickets for the commish. Emma Fife, I'm Christian Harloff. We'll see you next time.
And
Here's the cut scene.
Yo, hey, good to see you. Listen, understand, startled, big black dude. We'll get past
No,
it.
it's just you. You were clearly waiting for me. Let's just.
I just need
get to the chase.
listen to the chase. I'm not running. I appreciate everything you're doing now as commissioner, right? Trying to
you.
clean up after the mess that Thad had. But however, like they stronger than ever, and all this is happening, and they still running around here. And then you got Grace coming out of nowhere. And here's the problem. I think Grace poisoned Stacy's mind to go ahead and leave. Like, why is she here? I think she's the one who told Roxy to deal with all this stuff with the Odd Couple. Like, why are we doing this? Why are you letting this happen?
Well, because I'm giving Grace a chance. She hasn't done anything thus far to break any rules to justify me kicking her out. So, listen, if anybody understands having an issue with Grace, it's me. She definitely stabbed me in the back in the past. I am willing to believe that she has turned over a new leaf.
She get baptized or something? Because that's the only way she'll turn over a new leaf, whatever. That is Grace. She is not Grace, corruption. Corruption, Grace. They go hand in hand, Emma.
They're a faction. I can't tell people to not have a faction. I used to manage a faction, Jay.
You have to remind me of that, but you're doing great as a commissioner. Speaking of which, I got Ethan and Jeannine, and they need a match.
Yeah, they'll have a match.
So with who, so they can prepare?
There's going to be a match against a team because they'll be competing in the Team League of the Schmoedown, and I will let you know who that is very soon.
Yeah, which means you know now, so I would like to know. Emma, can you tell me who, please? Who?
I share his sentiment.
I think Jeannine and Ethan should face Stacy and whoever her new partner is.
Yes.
I feel like that's where they're going, but you could have said that, Emma. You could have said that to us, and we would still be equally hyped enough instead of just keeping us in the dark.
And then you can just keep building up. Who is Stacy's partner? Who is Stacy's partner? And then finally, bam! As soon as the match is happening, out comes Ethan and Jeannine, and then out comes Stacy, and bam! Mystery partner. Come on! I mean, come on! What's the deal with the teams?
Did you really just Seinfeld that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was essentially Christian Harloff imitating Seinfeld on Jedi Council saying What's the deal with canon? I mean, come on! Anyway, I was impartial. I called it. The wheel really screwed someone over. And, good job, Jeannine. Well done. That was deserved. And I'm very interested in who she faces next because I think she is a great competitor. She has shown that. And I think she can, once again, get to, I don't know, number one contender match at one point. It really depends on her next opponent. Nico, are you happy?
Yes, I am. It was rough seeing those two fight each other because, they were friends. Friends don't like to fight, but people move in different directions. I've said that wrestling is life. Life is wrestling, and the Schmoedown is essentially wrestling. And that's the thing about with wrestling being life. People tend to drift away from one another. That's how life kind of works sometimes. And in this case, Stacy saw a different path that she felt she needed to take. And unfortunately, that path did not lead her to victory today. It led Jeannine to victory today, the path that she took. And, they're both back at the 50-50 column now. Jeannine just happened to be on the winning side of that 50-50, and she's going up the ranks now with that victory. And I feel like once she and Ethan have their first team match together, the more they team up together, the stronger Jeannine is going to become on her own right, because we know Ethan brings a lot to the table. He was a former singles champion. After all, he just has a well of movie knowledge that goes deep as the Earth's core. And so when you surround yourself with someone like that for a lengthy period of time, eventually the skills will rub off on you, provided you put in the work. And I know Jeannine puts in the work constantly. Maybe not as much as we know Kevin Smets puts in the work, but that's because Jeannine might not have a job that allows her to do that Kevin Smets regimen of movie studying.
Plus, there's a big difference between studying for Inner Geekdom and studying for regular movie trivia, because the Inner Geekdom field of movies is narrow.
But you get my analogy.
Yes.
But I've been saying over and over again, 2019 is the year of the machine, and she's been proving it time and time again. This time she just finally has a victory to show that it is her time to shine.
Because she didn't have that yet. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, you called it on the dot. The wheel completely screwed Stacy in round 2, and
I still don't know why she went with comedy.
Maybe she was hoping for some more recent stuff, but I think the most recent film that they asked about was like...
Oh, 2018 movie. The Last Question.
Yeah, but that's
my
it.
Guess is there were other things on the wheel that she was afraid of.
Sure, fair enough, but, you know, again, comedy starts from literally the very beginning of cinema to current day. So that's kind of a... It's a really broad...
Comedy is an immensely broad category.
But it is what it is, and I'm just a little bummed that both of them missed that Raiders question.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, you're Indiana Jones.
Look,
it's only 4 movies.
If you think of Souls, sometimes when you think of Souls, you think of Temple of Doom when he's about to get his heart ripped out. That could be related to Soul, and also like we witnessed people's souls getting like sucked out of them by the crystal skulls and all of that. So like that's the thing about that genre of movies, of that franchise of movies, is sometimes things can seem a little bit alike and it can mix you up.
But you know, like that movie that they asked about is one of the most iconic action adventure movies of all time that I think everyone should have seen at least more than once. And the other 2 that they answered are not that good. So, yeah, whatever. Your thoughts?
Oh my god, the fanboys. Okay.
Wait a minute, Case, you hate on Last Crusade.
What? No. The answers that they had were Temple of Doom and Crystal Skull. And Crystal Skull is, Temple of Doom is okay.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay, this is not an Indiana Jones discussion.
No, your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, we predicted pretty much. I thought it would be closer. Then again, I feel like Stacy is in a funk, in some kind of funk, and she needs to get out of it. Maybe her new teammates and the team match will help her, but so far, she's off. There's something off with her. I think she's just down because she hasn't had very good matches lately, and she just needs to pick me up. I hope her faction helps her because they're cool.
Theory.
Yes.
She hasn't really had a great match since she went to the dark side. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, that's the thing. If you look at her team match that she had with Winston against Muro and Roca, she essentially held her own against Muro and Roca.
Mm-hmm.
She made sure that match actually went to the 3rd round. Because, sorry, not sorry, Winston, you did fuck all in that match. So honestly, that was probably her last good performance.
So and that was, and granted, she had no involvement with the Viper Squad at the time. She wasn't a part of corruption at the time. So I hate to say it, she's not cut out for being the heel.
No,
I think she should go back to being a full-time face, and I think that's what will get her out of that funk and back to a good record.
Yeah, maybe she is focusing too much on being a character throughout these matches, rather the same thing as Lon Harris. When he started to really get into the character of the professor, he started performing worse, and we're like, but wait, you almost got the points record in a match. What happened there? So it just shows some people are just not cut out to be a certain type of character because they need to focus too much on that character to really like make sure that they're that character throughout the match. And it's like, look, you can do it before and after the match. Just during the match, be yourself and focus on answering trivia, which I think is
going back to Kevin Smets.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just a little disappointed by the fact that it wasn't a closer match. I had hoped for something closer, but yeah, the end result is what it is. It makes perfect sense, and I do think that Jeannine, I hope that Jeannine can get some more wins, of course, depending on who she faces, but I do think she's a good competitor and she could get some wins, get to that number one contender match again, because she's been there, and I think she has the props for it. But I think that's all we can say, really. We are going to our closing plugs and whatnot. First of all, I will say next week we have two big reactions because we have, of course, Jonathan Harris facing JTE in the stipulation match. That's already great. And then on Friday, we have the triple threat number one contender match between Bibbs, Irwin, and Roka. I mean, that's a match and a half. That's just, I cannot wait for that one. And that's not the only thing happening next week. We also have Star Wars Celebration coming up. I mean, yes, we're going to talk about it on our live show. Maybe put out some extra videos talking about like an episode 9 trailer and an episode 9 title and stuff. And Resistance Season 2 stuff, and I don't know. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Also, Game of Thrones is returning in a week.
Meh.
I cannot wait for that. It is going to be awesome. So, and that means, of course, our reviews are going to go up for every single episode. It's just 6 episodes, so it'll be a short review series, but I hope they'll go out with a bang. Guys, of course, like the video, comment on it, subscribe to the channel, and then we're going to go to plugs. You have nothing to plug, I believe. Now, Chris, what are your plugs?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, and Letterboxd at Skywalker Dome. And please go check out my reviews on Letterboxd. I would greatly appreciate it. You can follow the channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A Channel. Please like our Facebook page. And yeah, stay tuned for even this week on the Who Cares Anime podcast, where we will break down all of the DC movies from 1966 to 2013, right before the DCEU started. It's going to be a fun time, guys. Make sure you check it out.
Indeed. Nico.
Stand by for Nico.
Nico, your plug.
I brought visual aids. So you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli. The spelling is right there. At Combat Wrestling, the number 2 without the letter G.
Handle ever.
Poorly made Twitter account. Combat Wrestling Trivia is the name of the Facebook page. Combat Wrestling Network is the name of the YouTube channel. If you like wrestling, if you like wrestling trivia, come find us over there and we'll get you matches in either the heavyweight or middleweight divisions. Also, check out the Raw and SmackDown breakdown on that channel, hosted by Adonis Nazario and James Berryman III every week. Multiplex Entertainment is the name of the Facebook group, and the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network. tpublic.com/user/multiplex. Go buy our awesome shirts. Zaddy Smith and I host a weekly Intergeekdom discussion show called Crisis on Earthplex, where we talk about everything in the Arrowverse, all the TV shows that Marvel puts out. You name it, we talk about it. And dedicated to art in all the places Chris just said, in case we'll say. And lastly, it's WrestleMania week, #Kofi Mania.
So if you're still watching after all of that, you can find me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Case Cornelis on Letterboxd and Facebook. Actually, we just faced the Wood Brothers, Chris and myself. I'm not going to spoil the result, but the match is up on Multiplex, so you can check that out.
It was a great match.
It was a fun match, that's for sure. Also, you can find my Full Metal Geek debut dropping somewhere this week. I think they announced that, so check that out when it drops. And other matches around Multiplex and Full Metal whenever they drop, of course, because we compete there and we're a supporter, so yay for that. So guys, up until our live show or our next reaction, take care.
Yeah!